AITA for not giving my stay-at-home wife more money? My 29M wife 26F quit at the beginning of this year her relatively well-paying job in video game development to pursue a writing career. That's great. I think she's a great writer and wholeheartedly support her choice. Now, both my wife and I come from upper-class families. The only difference is that my parents grew up under communism, so I was taught the value of money from a young age. First comment, "Op, you are NTA." I'd sit down without the kids and have a real conversation. Encourage her to get a part-time job at a bookstore or library for fun money. Maybe something that is game industry, but writing part-time from one of her existing contacts from her old job. Maybe her rich parents know someone who needs a part-time social media manager? Something, anything. Set a deadline for when she either makes money from her book or gets a job again and writes part-time. 6 months from now, with a little work to have extra spending money. Be positive. Encourage her to join a writer's group, take a research class at the local college, and set specific research and writing time that is out of the house and regular. Suggest she go to an industry conference and make connections. Just treat it like a job and put the work into it. But be real, you believe in her, and she's amazingly talented, but writing is a really hard career to break into, and even talented people aren't always successful. Let me count the number of people I know who quit a job to write, make music, be an influencer, comedian, artist, and actually were successful. 0. Let me count the number of people I know who worked full-time and also had passion and found success with writing, etc. Maybe 3. They wrote, created while still working, and maybe moved to part-time when they got a deal gig, big commission. It never works, in my limited experience, to just quit and follow your dream. It's not fair to your partner who also has dreams. Dreams of not working until 75 and dropping dead at work. People who go on sabbatical to write a specific academic research book are full-time busy. They are submitting drafts and doing research. I'm a realist, but I'm an optimist. If my daughter wanted to be a professional sports star or artist or anything where success is hard and you can't just apply to the job, I would encourage her. But I'd encourage her to get her degree and study accounting and sports marketing. I'd encourage her to volunteer to gain experience in related fields. I'd encourage her to learn about all the jobs that are in the industry and plan a support role if the dream isn't realized. Plus, if you are a success, having knowledge of accounting and what other people do is really useful. It's not saying I don't believe in her, I just want her to always have a plan B, plan C, and a plan D. Good luck, Op. My wife did not have such an upbringing. Her lifestyle and hobbies scream rich person, especially her gaming habits. When she had her job, this wasn't much of an issue. But now it seems she is out of savings and has been asking me for more money. I asked her clearly, is it for book research? She said no, so I told her no, she can make do with what she has. She seemed okay with it at first. But now she's passively joking that I'm a financially controlling asshole. What's bothering me more is she's doing it in front of the kids. 5F 3M. Edit. Wow. This blew up. Some people are asking for clarifications. When I meant rich people, I meant trust fund baby rich. This applies to both of us in a sense. But my family built or regained its wealth after communism fell. She gets money from her trust fund. When I mean gaming habits, she is one of the whales people complain about when discussing microtransactions. This issue doesn't involve household expenses or stuff we do together. This is our shared expenses I cover. I'm not letting her starve like someone implied. This is about brunch with the girls 5 times a week. Kids aren't an issue. Our parents help us 24/7. Second comment, I don't think he's be making enough to sustainably be able to invest in their and their children's future and fund her expensive hobbies. Coming from a gamer, she ain't gaming cheap if she needs money regularly. They have 2 children, and assuming she made close to half of the household, let's take 30 to 50%, I say he's making more, because I don't think she'd been able to quit her job if she was making more than half of the money he has, now bearing the brunt of the children's school fees, daycare, babysitting, if she's unable to care for the children, while working mortgage, rent, car, savings, food, everything. The strain on his share of the expenses has increased by 60 to 100%. And considering they both come from upper-class families and scream rich person, I can already tell they made some questionable financial decisions when they both had a high income. She must be an extremely talented writer for them to have taken this gamble on an unreliable industry. And if that is the case, as a part of a family, she has to do her part and sacrifice, reduce, switch to pirating games like a normal person until she's able to achieve success, and because he's already done his part in supporting her by straining his income to maintain the household. Third comment, NTA. But your wife's jokes are not funny and she needs a reality check. What else is she saying in front of your children, relatives, your friends or coworkers? Online? The fact is your wife comes from wealth. She was making a lot of money and has a trust fund that supplemented her income. She has apparently built a champagne and caviar, country club lifestyle and never learned to save money. Why save when she has a trust fund, a great job, a well-off husband, 24/7 childcare, and zero responsibilities? Now, she's quit her job but not made any lifestyle adjustments to accommodate that change. In fact, she now spends even more money because she isn't working. She's blown all of her savings and trust fund payouts on shopping, brunching at the club, and an irresponsible amount of video game purchases in less than 3 months. You, on the other hand, are continuing to work, behave responsibly, and have to cover all of the joint expenses. She is acting horribly because you won't let her blow through all of your money as well as her money and the household money. She is deriding you to your children and probably others for being financially responsible. This was not your agreement? Frankly, this quit work and become a writer experiment is not working for your family. You tried it, but it didn't work. At all. She is denigrating you and angry about being denied money for what may be a game addiction, but is definitely an entitlement addiction. I think you need to revisit your agreement because, frankly, your wife has displayed an eye-opening amount of disdain for you, your marriage, and your children's well-being. Counseling may help correct course, but I don't see positive trending for your long-term marriage prospects. She's developed billionaire wife tastes that you cannot or will not support. Oh, and BTW, how is that book coming along? Ready to publish? Fourth comment, NTA. But you desperately need to spend money on time with a financial advisor to suggest money for bills and household expenses, then her money per month and your money per month. What that looks like. Budget for holidays in a year. Christmas, Halloween, birthdays, anniversaries, another expensive and budget that so you know how much money is needed as extra. Then the rest should all go into savings for the children and for emergencies. Get advice on what you can do that way. Many of these accounts have higher interest so long as you don't pull out any money in a set time frame. You should also ask your wife how long she wants to spend writing and when she might be publishing, and ask her how it's going, how she intends her career to go, what connections she has in the industry which might help her publish. You need hard rules about where money is going, otherwise she'll spend a lot of money fast, and as a household you'll be losing money faster than you should, and you won't be able to keep your family going on one paycheck. Fifth comment, AITA. First, you don't give your wife money. What exactly do you think marriage is? How is it a partnership if you see money as mine and yours? Maybe she has rich person hobbies, but you have a greedy rich person attitude toward your own family. That's so much worse. The way you talk about this, I agree you're financially controlling. It's one thing to talk about spending and getting on the same page about what you can afford, how much you should save, etc. She may need to be more realistic about what you can afford together. You both need to talk openly about your expectations, because it sounds like you are not aligned on how you thought this would go. She shouldn't be making comments in front of your kids, but that doesn't make her wrong. It's an indication that there's something seriously wrong in your marriage, that she feels the need to go to that length to get your attention. Your mine vs yours attitude is a huge red flag, is a common indicator of an abusive relationship, and is the first thing that needs to go.